Brazil is the only national team in history to have won 5 World Cups, yet it enters the road to the 2026 World Cup facing a question it still cannot answer. It is not a question of talent because Brazil has never lacked world-class players. It is a question of identity. A team that once captivated the world with pure creativity now finds itself repeatedly falling short while trying to become more pragmatic. And that paradox defines Brazil's entire journey toward the 2026 World Cup. When people think of Brazil, they think of Jogo Bonito, not just a style of football, but a piece of the nation's cultural identity. From the beaches of Rio to the favelas, football has always been the common language of Brazil, but modern football no longer runs on inspiration alone. The champions of today win through structure, organization, and control of space. Brazil understood that reality and began changing after the 2014 World Cup. The infamous 7-1 defeat to Germany left a psychological scar that still lingers over Brazilian football. Since then, every generation of coaches has searched for a safer, more controlled version of Brazil. Yet the more Brazil tries to become disciplined, the more it risks losing what once made it unique. The 2018 World Cup offered the first major warning. Brazil possessed immense talent, but Belgium proved sharper and more efficient in key tactical moments. The 2022 World Cup repeated the same story. One moment of imbalance in rest defense destroyed an entire tournament campaign. So, where does the real problem lie? Brazil's current squad is filled with attackers who thrive in transition football rather than complete positional control. Vinícius Júnior is devastating when attacking open space, not when facing a compact low block for 90 minutes. Rodrygo is equally dangerous when exploiting gaps behind defensive lines. And that creates a major tactical contradiction. Brazil wants to dominate possession, but its brightest stars are most effective in open and chaotic games. The question is simple. Should Brazil continue forcing itself into a possession-based structure, or should it embrace controlled chaos? That may be the biggest crossroads on the road to the 2026 World Cup. Another factor shaping Brazil's future is the arrival of Carlo Ancelotti. For the first time in modern history, Brazil has placed its trust in a foreign coach at the national team level. That decision alone signals a willingness to break away from old traditions. Ancelotti is not a tactical revolutionary. His greatest strength is his ability to balance strong personalities within elite squads. And that is exactly what Brazil needs right now, because Brazil's problem is not a lack of talent. It is a lack of connection between its talents. Take the midfield as an example. Bruno Guimaraes offers control, circulation, and progression. João Gomes provides intensity, pressing, and ball recovery. But Brazil still lacks a true regista, a midfielder capable of controlling tempo in the way Xabi Alonso or Toni Kroos once did. That missing piece often causes Brazil to lose structure when matches become chaotic, and that vulnerability becomes clear against highly organized opponents. Yet every crisis creates an opportunity for renewal. Endrick is emerging as the symbol of a new generation. Estevao and several other young prospects are leading a fresh wave of talent. They have grown up in a more globalized football environment than previous generations. They understand European tactical principles, but they still carry the DNA of Brazilian football. And perhaps that is the answer to Brazil's identity crisis, not choosing between creativity and discipline, but finding the point where both can coexist. The final question is whether Brazil has enough time to perfect that formula before the 2026 World Cup. If it succeeds, Brazil could become one of the most dangerous contenders in the tournament. If it fails, it may remain trapped between a glorious past and an uncertain present. And that is the true challenge facing the Selecao on its journey to North America in 2026. Not defeating its opponents, but rediscovering itself. Perhaps that is why Brazil remains one of the most fascinating stories heading into the 2026 World Cup. Not because it is the strongest team, and not because it is the most complete, but because no other contender carries a bigger question mark. The talent is undeniable, the potential is enormous, and under Carlo Ancelotti, there is finally a realistic path toward rebuilding a clear identity. My prediction is simple. Brazil will go deep into the tournament. A place in the semifinals, the future of Brazilian football looks brighter than it has in years, because for the first time in a long time, Brazil is not trying to recreate the past. It is trying to build something new. And if history has taught us anything, it is that football is always at its most beautiful when Brazil knows exactly who it is